Figure it out.
Hello, this is Adam Koralik with Flying and Eating. Today, let's go somewhere and do something, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Good morning. Hey everybody. Today's adventure, we're going to Toronto, Canada. I was invited as a guest to a retro game con called Toronto Game Expo. And I say we because look who's in town.
Hi.
The lovely Mrs. Koralik is in Chicago, surprise. And the first thing we do once she gets all the way to America is leave it.
Yeah.
Not too happy about that.
I'm actually not, because I was like, I'm only just going here. I want to explore a bit more. And he's like, oh yeah, no, we gotta go to Toronto.
It's okay. See you soon. So babe, I'm gonna be good boyfriend time here. I am not gonna use the clear lane. I'm gonna go with you through the normal people line. Are you excited?
I did say you could go through the clear lane.
She did, in all fairness, but I'm trying to be nice. So we just went through normal people security. It was gross. What did you think?
It was no big deal.
I didn't like it because I had to take the Pluto out and all that stuff, but
It wasn't that bad, but to be fair, I only have this bag, so
I had
not that big.
multiple things happening. Anyway, it was nice to revisit like early 2003. So we're in the United Club now, the one at the Sea Gates, O'Hare, with the nice breakfast spread, which actually, to their credit, has improved. What do you think?
I think it's really efficient and cozy.
So this is your first time in a club?
Yeah.
And you're happy with this?
I am.
And you, just for the record, everybody, you get a +1, so boom.
We're in Toronto, sort of. We haven't cleared customs yet. We will. Are you excited about being in Canada for the first time?
Yeah. I get to go to Tim Hortons.
Oh, why would you ruin it? So we just cleared Canadian customs. How are you feeling?
That was like the easiest thing ever. That was easier than clearing US customs.
Which was also pretty easy. To be fair, you cleared it in Ireland, but yeah.
Yeah,
Which is cool. It's one of those pre-clearance things. All the same. And you get to do pre-clearance on the way out of here. Neat. But yeah, that was kind of funny. That was just like, yep, you're good. Bye. For those who would never go through Toronto, Pearson, or just Canadian airport in general, their security protocols are pretty easy for customs and immigration. After that, you get your bag, and then you have to hand them this little piece of paper and go through declaration. This is something we don't really do in the US, but Canada does. It's kind of like a half step between the European Union and the United States. Wouldn't you agree?
That worked.
Exactly.
In case anyone wants to see it, this is an example, of course, of an Ontario license plate.
And as a bonus, we have a Quebec license plate.
So I'm currently in a mall in what is technically Toronto, but closer to Mississauga, and I want to show you guys one of the coolest things about this area, and this is not a joke. This place called Second Cup, this is a chain that only really exists in Southern Ontario. It is awesome. Think Starbucks if it was good, and yeah, it's very Canadian, but they don't have this in the majority of the country. It's really just Southern Ontario, but I highly recommend it. This is like, I really, really wish this existed in the States. I would go far too often, so maybe it's good that it's not there. Good morning. It is day 2 for my hair and I in the viscous maple empire. So today the plan is we're going to the con. Now sadly, Mrs. Koralik has come down with what I'm hoping is just a cold or the flu. She's not doing too well, so she gave me the all clear, just go to the con. I've got her a bunch of medication stuff down here. I'm a good boyfriend. Anyway, I have bad hair, but I'm a good boyfriend. But yeah, so we'll do that. And my buddy Scott the Canadian, who, if any longtime viewers of my main channel might remember Scott the Canadian. Sadly, Scott the Canadian grew up and doesn't do a whole lot with video games anymore, but he's kind of coming back out of retirement briefly this afternoon, so you're going to meet him and see some of my other Canadian buddies as we go to this show and have a good old time. So I want everybody to meet Scott the Canadian.
Hey, how's it going?
Which is funny, because last night when I was talking to some of the con heads, your name came up, because he is still known, even amongst Canadians, as Scott the Canadian.
It's been a while.
Yeah, what was that story that one time where that happened to you at some show?
Yeah, I had a bunch of people coming up to me, and I'm like, it must be because of Adam.
But what did they say to you?
I'm Scott. Are you Scott the Canadian from Adam Koralik's videos? And I was like, yeah, that's me.
I just remember you thinking it was funny because you're like, dude, you are Canadian. Like,
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, well,
and
that-
they were calling me that from other Canadians.
that's
so-
my point. Like, oh, by the way, the CN Tower back there. Someday, it's not this trip, not this video, but someday I'm going to come back up here with my boy, and we're going to do like a proper Toronto trip where we'll show you all sorts of sights and all the things. This is just kind of a teaser of all things Canada. Is there anything you want to tell people about Southern Ontario, the Toronto area, anything they need to know?
I hope the Leafs win in my lifetime, and it's a beautiful city, and I hope you all come to visit.
I do love that he opened with a reference to the hockey.
We can all dream of them winning, but I don't think it'll happen in my lifetime.
So the show, they're still setting up. What are you doing, dude? You excited? Kind of
Yeah,
going
I'm
back to
super
your old day. He and I used to collect a lot of stuff, and then he grew up and became an adult.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's tough.
But now he's looking around at stuff, just kind of like, what kind of crap do I not need? But I still won't buy because, again, I'm a responsible adult with a wife and a child. But on my hand, Mrs. Koralik said I could do whatever I want. Sorry, babe. So I'm hanging out. Obviously, you know, Scott. We got Josh. Now, Josh remembers me from years ago at Waterloo Swap.
Videogames Swap, yeah.
And I signed something for you, right?
Yeah.
This is my signature. It's terrible, but I signed this cartridge years ago, along with a lot of far superior YouTubers and personalities. But hey, I'm also on there too. So thank you, Josh.
Thank you.
Well, of course. And we also got this cool like Django Unchained Xbox 3. What is the story with this?
So this was a contest you could only win through a Canadian company called HMV. They were multimedia, they sold DVDs, that kind of thing.
Sure.
And Blu-rays. They had a contest where you could only win it through their company. I'm not exactly sure what the rules were, but it was celebrating the release of the Blu-ray of the Tarantino XX collection that had all of his movies on it. The weird part about it is that it's a Blu-ray, but the Xbox 360 doesn't play Blu-rays, so
Right.
they put an Xbox to go with it.
That's a very strange promotion,
Yes.
but
only 31 of them were ever made.
why 31?
I don't know.
Okay, I don't know. Whatever. It's still very cool to see, though.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, we're completely safe here. Batman is here to protect us, so we are good to go. So we're at that phase now where the con is about to open up. It's kind of busy because we've got a bunch of the VIPs that all got in with their early access badges, but we're only a few minutes away from the potential madhouse that will be this place. The con has provided me some lunch, sweet and sour sauce to go with chicken tenders and fries, nothing special, but hey, free food, why not? Check this out, I just signed a Sega Saturn hoodie. That's a first. Guys, I have a surprise for you. You guys remember my videos in Japan? This is Dixon Wu. We hung out in Japan for a little bit. He's like one video, and he just happens to be here. We're hanging out today. Yep. Anything you want to tell the people?
Well, of course, it's good to see you again.
Well, I appreciate that.
And the dental unit Jaguar.
And there's Shane.
And it's, you know, every time I see the Pluto prototype, it's like a mixture of nervousness and surprise. And, I mean, it makes me think of what happened. What would have happened if it was released? So,
I think it would have hurt Sega financially, but I'm really glad we got it.
Yep.
So I'm with my buddy Shane. You might know him, Rerez. Anyway, we're about to do a panel. Are you excited? Very excited. This is our audience. It's like our friends who are showing up.
Yeah,
It's
but
very-
it hasn't started
I know, I'm
yet.
just messing around. I'm making fun of myself and my own appeal. So the panel went well. Con is over now, actually. It's been a lot of fun. You're at that awkward phase where you got to say your goodbyes. I had a good time. A little too short. Should have been longer. It's nice to spend time in Toronto. Good morning. It's day, I want to say 3, right? I don't know. I think it's 3. And we are now back at Toronto Pearson. Short trip. Last night, we actually got some Uber Eats because this one is sick, and I was trying to take care of her, and I'm sorry about that. But it is my fault, I guess. I don't know why it's my fault. But anyway, so we went to, where'd we go? Where'd we get?
We went to Wild Wing.
Wild Wing.
Yes.
What did you think of your food?
I could barely taste it, because I'm sick, and also it kind of tasted like I was eating rolled up pieces of paper with barbecue sauce on it. I didn't like it.
She did not like it. Mine was
like the fries,
fine.
though.
I had what they call the Canadian A, which was it was maple syrup barbecue sauce wings. I actually liked it, and it came with a side of poutine, which again is not a national dish, but stereotypes. It was pretty good. I know you like my hand over there, don't you?
No.
No, you don't. Okay. Anyway, so now that we're at Toronto Pearson, we're going to go back to the U.S. in Chicago. So you kind of familiar with this. She's a little spoiled. She came out of Ireland, where you clear U.S. customs before you go to the U.S., so you land domestic. Canada happens to be the other country that does that. So
Yeah.
when you're here, there's a big section that has an American flag on it, and you will once again clear U.S. customs in the host country. You excited?
To go back to Chicago?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Are you excited to go through customs? That's a no.
I don't like going through customs. I don't like people talking to me.
I don't like bureaucracy. I hate red tape.
Like, I understand it and everything. I just don't like people talking to me.
Fair. Although, if you ever see her at a con or anything, call her Mrs. Koralik, freak her out. It's awesome. To be fair, this is really good advice. This is what I always do. Okay, so we just went through security. Fun fact, apparently as a TSA pre-check member, they've updated it, so now I could go through there. And apparently I could have brought her, which we just found that out. I didn't know. Don't give me the stink eye. Anyway, now it's time to clear U.S. Customs. You can do global entry or the standard. Normally I would do global entry, but I'm again being good boyfriend. So come on, babe, let's go. All right, we are back in the United States of America, technically. There you go. Look at all that. Flags, freedom, and maple. So once you're past all that, you'll be kind of in the duty-free shopping section. You're in this interesting little nexus where it's like it's Canada, but it's also America, so it's bizarre. So a lot of taxes and stuff are lifted here, and yeah, it's an airport. Unfortunately, no United Club Lounge here. It's Canada. It's the law. And we are back in Chicago. So a couple questions for you. First of all, how are you enjoying America so far, even though you've been here for like a day?
I love it.
You do?
I do.
How about Canada?
The people were very hospitable and friendly, but other than that, you know, I got sick, so.
To be fair, her trip was a little screwed by circumstance, but do you feel a vibe difference between the two?
Well, Canada and America.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's like more, you know, lively. Canada's a bit more.
Okay.
I guess.
All right, and how about, this was also your first United flights. As a super fan, obviously, I like it, but I'm curious what you thought of it.
I really like them actually, because they make you feel so welcome and comfy.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. All right, well, there you go. That's an outsider's opinion, not a totally biased nerd like me. Anyway, speaking of which, where are we going now?
Oh, I'm sure you guys can already work it out.
Can they?
Lounge.
Where are we going?
The club lounge.
Yeah, there you go, the United Club Lounge. Anyway, so we're going to go have a little breakfast and then go home. So thank you so much, everybody, for watching. I know this was kind of a weird little con video. Thank you to everybody in Toronto at the Toronto Game Expo for having us involved. You guys are awesome. I hope to go back. And we will do a proper, like, Toronto video with Scott the Canadian and others. Shane, I'm sure, will come back. Mrs. Koralik will be there, I'm sure. And it will be awesome. So thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Check out my social media stuff in the description. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Discord, Patreon. Oh, and her links will be down there, too. You can check her out. Thank you so much, and I'll see you all later.